Good morning. Welcome to this week's Table Talk. I'm Sandy. I'm happy to have you with me. And with me today I have
Michelle, Cathie,
and we are excited to be here.
Right, ladies?
We're excited to be here. Yeah, it's vacation time. It's summertime. Lots of this week we have lots of employees out on vacation, so it's just kind of been a funny week. But anyway, we'll start out with some of the things we're working on. Do you want to start, Michelle?
Sure.
Okay.
So I finished my, let's see if it's first, that I've been working on a few times. I've shown the progress on Table Talk.
So
This is the little wee mouse 4th of July one. And I've got that finished and framed. And then I am getting ready to start the next one, the Tiny Modernist. That is the Halloween one. And Cathie did this one last year. And so once I finish that one, I will just, when I finish mine, I will put it in my frame.
So you can just
So I can swap them out
swap
and
them
not
out.
have to store
Have one
so much
frame.
stuff.
Yeah.
What's the color of fabric you're gonna use?
What are you using on your, is it clay?
I am using the same one that
I think it was
Cathie did. It is water lily.
water lily. Oh yeah.
Water
It's water
lily.
Right.
lily. It's a pretty color.
So
It's
I will be
just-
putting that fabric into my scroll set.
Ready that.
And then I have found these awesome line keepers at Fat Quarter Shop, and I think that they are back ordered, but it will be carrying those.
We have them on order. We have had them in the past, but they just sold out, and we're just waiting for the next shipment.
So they are just really nice. They're magnet, and they keep your line on your pattern, or you can even put them on your fabric. Probably not in the scroll. Probably can't get it on there, but. So those are some things that I'm working on cross-stitch wise.
So the Halloween one is the one you're starting now. And
I'm
it
starting it now.
uses weeks, Dyeworks,
Yes,
is that right?
it does.
Yeah.
Yep, so I've got those all organized and
Ready to go.
my
in your
little
hot
gift
bag.
from Anna.
Oh, that's right. That's the
the
little
Halloween
project bag she
project
did
bag she
for
made
us.
all of us.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. And then this week I finished
got your blocks done.
my blocks for VJ's. I always
Her
get it wrong.
cream and sugar. Yep.
Okay, I got it right once.
You've got your blocks done already.
So I got those blocks done.
Cut mine out.
Well, Robin hasn't cut mine out yet. You have to be careful on this one, so. And then this is something I've
I
had
remember
for
that.
years that Sandy designed, and I don't even remember for what, because it was before I started working here. Even. But it is just her bitty basket pattern.
Yeah.
So cute.
And these fabrics are long gone,
Yep.
but you could use any fabric
Yeah.
collection that's fun and bright.
Yeah.
And but her little,
And they go together easy.
they are so
Super
fun
easy.
and so cute. And
Little picnic basket.
yes, and that was just really fun and simple for a
So
little
now that's ready to
tabletop
go to the quilter.
So that will go. And there's the backing for that one. And then I've been doing a lot of baby sewing. 'Cause we have a baby coming in our
Yay.
family.
Oh
A
yeah.
new granddaughter.
Ooh.
So I just did a really soft flannel little throw floor blanket, just
Cute.
easy swaddle. Just
Yep.
sew right sides together, leave a hole, pull it right side, and then I just did a little decorative stitch
Yeah. Come on, man.
across the edge. And this one's a tiny bit bigger than usual, so I like to sew a little square or rectangle
Oh, I see.
in the center so it doesn't shift so much, because sometimes you
Right.
get all the movement
Yeah.
to one end of yours or not. So
Yeah, I can see that. So you've
Just
just sewn a
soft
square
flannel,
around
to just
keep
keep
it
it
from
in place
shifting,
a little
yeah.
more.
So cute.
So new
Great.
baby on the way.
I know, little girl coming.
Oh yeah.
So this is the strip quilt that I made
so fun. I love these
for
little
new
strip quilts.
baby, and we do have these fabrics.
Yep.
Most of them, plenty to make one. So
So
I just
fun.
followed the Riley Blake strip quilt pattern that they did for they did it with Joey. and
Joey,
they
that's
did it
right.
with
Yeah.
one other one.
So this is kind of like, did you quilt this? So.
You know what? Actually, Judy did quilt this,
Uh-huh.
but you could do it.
You could do straight line on your machine.
You
for
could,
sure.
and you could also do the Quilt As You Go, which we'll talk
Yes.
about
Yeah.
later.
That's right.
This would be a
So
really
Judy
easy
did
way
this
to
one?
do that.
Judy did this straight line.
I don't think Judy did straight line.
she started.
Oh.
So anyway, that's.
I
and
just love
then-
this. Is such a. It's so pretty yet it's just so simple.
Yes.
Okay,
And it comes together.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
There is a theme that's purple. Did you
Yes.
choose the color or did the mother ask for the color?
This is my daughter's color.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I do have this one that's more pink.
Yes. So
and this
cute.
is the
Oh, I love that one. This was probably one of our
Stomp and-
biggest.
yes.
Well, this one and then your homestead or the
Oh, the
farmhouse
huh?
one have been just
Yeah.
huge sellers, and we
So-
still have this pattern. This
Yes,
stomping
these fabrics
ground.
too are mostly gone.
Yes.
But again, any fabric
Yeah.
collection would make up really cute. And these little elephants were just
Oh,
really
so
cute
fun.
to put together.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my sewing room with me, it looks
Yep.
like, with all the threads. So I'm just binding it with
Yep.
my wonderful binding clips that I love, the little minis.
I love it.
So there's that one.
Well, you've been doing some finishing,
I
haven't
have
you?
been getting some things
Awesome.
done. It's nothing like a deadline to keep you
That's
focused.
right. That's right. When is
Okay,
she
this
due?
one,
August, you said.
17th,
Yeah, that's right.
uh-huh.
Fun stuff. Okay, Kathy, what have you been working on?
Well, I started to do this pattern,
Oh.
what is it, cozy
Cozy cabin.
cabin,
Mhm.
and I have a few of the blocks done.
And then let's see
And
how they
we're
go
doing-
together. They go together like this, right?
Yeah, and then makes a.
This is that pie.
And this is
Yeah, this
collection,
is
right?
more
More
pie.
pie.
It's the fabric
Is the
collection.
fabric collection.
It's
Oh,
a
let's see. I
fun
want
collection.
Yeah, it is.
aquas together.
The color's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
There we go.
So see, perfect.
they're really
So
pretty.
cute.
It's really been pretty easy.
Big blocks, so it
for
should
me,
come
so,
together. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that
it's,
should come together really quickly.
so I think we're doing the throw size.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Yeah, and so it's the 6x6, isn't it? I mean the 3x3.
3 by, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
So
we're
we're-
kidding it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, so.
This is like
Good
kind
job.
of a log cabin type.
Kind-
It looks like the
kind of a-
process would be
yeah,
really similar
yeah.
to a log cabin
Yeah.
block.
Cute.
So.
I like that. That's
yeah,
gonna be fun.
It's fun.
That's fun.
I really do like the fabrics.
Yeah. And with the white, the busy fabrics don't.
Yeah.
You know, it just.
It's like Figo, I think.
Yeah,
is
Figo,
like-
more pie. It's that collection.
It's so interesting. Sometimes Kathy is like black, white, gray.
And
Black,
that's
white,
what Gray's her
it's like-
favorite.
Yeah, most of the time it is. but
Yeah.
Sometimes you find a fabric line that
That's
Yeah.
right.
With a splash of color. that
color,
fits
yeah,
to you.
the-
Uh-huh.
yeah. And then this
Pat.
one here, Pat did stitch that one. It's Silver Creek Samplers Flying Lesson.
I love this.
And it just uses DMC, so.
Yeah. And you could do it on 8 o'clock.
And it didn't, I don't think it took Pat very long. to
No,
do.
well,
Or
she's a speedy stitcher, but yeah.
She's a speedy.
But I don't, it's not a real, you
I
know,
realize it, yeah, I'm gonna
detailed.
do this one too.
this is so
Not a
cute.
lot of color changing. as
Yeah,
you go row to
right.
row.
Yeah.
And I love it. Dusk to Dawn, Fly by Night Aviation Institute. I love that.
Yeah.
That's great. Established 1692. That's just a fun.
And I heard her talk, she was on Fat Workshop, and I heard her talking, she said 1692 was the Salem witch
Witch
trial.
trial.
That's what I was just
I
gonna
was
ask.
wondering. I
That's
was,
why she picked that.
yeah,
date,
I was gonna like
Yeah.
afterwards. I was like, I gotta Google that and
Yeah,
see if that's.
that's what she
Oh,
said.
that's
it was.
fun. So yeah, I love
fun,
this
so-
one, and we're just a simple black frame is what
Yeah, I
we're
think
framing
so.
it in, and so good job, Pat, getting that done. And Kathy's got an
And
Americana
this
stitch that we
Americana
have in the.
have in the store. It's Summer Owls. It's Madame Chantilly, and then Sandy put the fabric here on the
top just to
top there. So
give it a little
yeah,
extra.
a little
That's just a
Americana.
fun Americana
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that I don't think have shown before. And there in this series, there's Halloween owls,
and
there's Christmas
owls.
owls. I can't remember whichever,
Yeah.
but yeah, I know that we have the Halloween owls.
Halloween owls, but
So-
yeah,
Well, what a great way to fill your frame
So-
space too, as
Exactly.
well as add some color.
Yeah.
How did you attach? Did you sew it right to your?
No, it's actually just stretched. Well, you know what? I did
I
sew
think
it.
you
I was
sewed
thinking
it,
I had
yeah.
stretched it.
I think you
So
did
I
sew
just
the-
put the rickrack
Mm-hmm.
sewed along there and then flipped it over. But
Yeah.
it is a nice way to add to your cross stitch if you've got a frame that it doesn't fit.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
you
you
can
could
use
do
that to just
the top or the
I
bottom.
like that.
or
yeah,
the
or
side
the bottom, or
or
I've done it down the
side
side
if
on one
something
before
doesn't-
just to
yeah.
fill in the frame and not have to, you know,
Yep.
too
So
expensive.
that's-
Okay, and I finished a quilt yesterday, but I did not bring it down. But we have got, and I don't think I'm going to open these up, but just yesterday we got back 3 projects for our Christmas in July. So 3 of these yesterday. Wendy finished this one a couple weeks ago for us. We've just got it held upstairs. We've got lots of Christmas projects being done, and I'll just kind of show you an example. Where did I put it? So this one is our little alphabet quilt, and we'll have this on a special during the Christmas open house, Christmas in July during that week. So that's coming up right away.
Are we selling this puzzle box?
Yes,
of this
we will
one as
have
well?
the puzzle boxes on special price that match the quilt, so you can buy the quilt, you can buy the puzzle, and it'll all, you know. So it's a really quick project. I've just taken the alphabet panel and then I designed a couple different borders to go on it just to give it a little something extra. It is a sew in an evening project.
Nice.
A great throw on your couch for Christmas, or you know. So we've got some really fun projects coming in for our Christmas in July. BJ, hers isn't the one she got back yesterday, isn't necessarily Christmas, but it's red and white and it's so beautiful. So she got that. I just sewed a panel quilt using, what is it? Saturday in Paris by Christopher Thompson. So I finished that yesterday to go to the quilter. I showed last week the table runner, and it was going to come back from the quilter yesterday, the Lori Holtz table runner, but it came back yesterday, but my backing wasn't big enough, so I had to redo my backing and send it back to Judy. So I'll have that back quilted next week, and we've been keeping busy. I've been spending a lot of time upstairs sewing. So
It's going to be a great event.
yeah. Okay, and so then another thing I did this morning is this little house pincushion. This is kind of a quilt as you go project. It's totally improv. There is no measuring. There is just, it's super simple, fun, easy little project. I did mine in Americana. I did my house to be kind of on a hill, but it's really, because it is improv, it's all whatever you
Feel
dream up,
like.
whatever you want. So you can use any fabrics for this. So we'll be talking about that.
Can we, because we have a request of talking about some low stock
Oh, low stock kits.
kits.
Yes.
So
Okay.
like people will.
I will show you some of the kits that so first of all, I'm going to show you the seasons, what is it called? Patchwork Seasons quilt kit that we did, that was the Americana, and she can put in a picture of that, but this we sold out of, but we have restocked this kit. So we still have a few of these left because we did restock that kit. We only have, I think, 2, is there 2 on this one?
I think.
And this was
2 or
using,
3.
yeah, the Liberty Fabrics, and Emerald will see. 2. As of today, we have 2 of this kit left. And then that's gone. Michelle gets to take her quilt home. And then another one Michelle did. We only have, I think we have 4 of this one left. And this is No Point Stars, is that right?
Yes, that's the pattern.
Yeah. No Point Stars. And
Tasha Noel.
and it uses
Quilt
Tasha Noel's
Fair, yeah.
Quilt Fair. And I got notice yesterday that Pixie Noel is shipping.
Oh, yay.
I was gonna look because I saw and I checked this
She-
morning to see if they shipped ours, and they haven't yet.
Okay, well, because she left me a message yesterday from the warehouse saying that one bolt isn't in.
Oh.
And so they wanted to get just approval to ship the collection without that one
the
bolt.
missing.
So they called me, so I just gotta call them back and say, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I love her stuff.
So yeah, Pixie Noel, that'll be fun to get in. This is Lovey Dovey, and we have two kits left of this. Yeah, and that's Lovey Dovey,
Mhm.
and we just have the 2. And using, Saturday in Paris by Christopher Thompson. And this one is Sun Shower. And I think we have 4 of this one left. So those are some of the kits that we have that are low in stock. and they are on the website, but these will be sold out soon. Also, we have been getting cases of fabric every day. Like, oh my glory. The UPS guy comes or the FedEx guy comes, and I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. Apparently I liked a lot of fabric when I was showing fabric because I've got it coming in every day. So I am making room for putting the new collections. So I have added onto our bolt end sale a bunch of new bolt ends. Our bolt end sale, the fabrics are $6 a yard. Now you have to take the full cut, but to get fabric nowadays for $6 a yard.
Yeah.
And most of them are 2 to 4 yards.
Yeah.
So that's not a ton.
Most of them are.
So it's not huge.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
quilt backing might.
Yeah,
pop
there
up,
might
but,
be a amount that's good for quilt backing. But anyway, so those I've added to. We've got hundreds of bolts because I went on last night and added some new, and I've got to put signs in the store on. I've added some new fabrics to our sale page. So I think there's like 9 pages on the fabric sale page of fabrics that go from $6 a yard to $8 a yard, $9 a yard, but really nice current collections. But I got to make room. I got to make some room. So we have lots of good deals, and then we have all the new Christmas coming. We apparently with Pixie Noel coming in this week. We have, or it'll
We
come
got
in
one
probably.
yesterday.
We got Nicholas yesterday. Jake Wecker Frisch has a beautiful like vintage postage stamp Santa Clauses, and just really pretty. We've had a couple new Moda collections come in. We got new art gallery.
Oh yeah, the Christmas
Yeah,
and the
so
Halloween.
excited.
You
Yeah.
did that
Both
one
of them.
on your
Both of
back?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Christmas
It's so
one,
cute.
Yeah.
Their Christmas collection is so cute. So we got that from Art Gallery, and we got their spookier and sweet. I can't remember what it's 1 year it's
Maybe.
sweet and spooky, 1 year it's spooky and sweeter. I can't remember what this collection's called. What is it called? Do I have it down here? No, I put it over with the Halloween stuff. But anyway, brand new Art Gallery. It's in stock. Back quarters are cut. If you come in and you don't see it, it might still be behind the counter. But
waiting for space.
waiting for me to
the
find
bolt
the
ends.
space for it, so I'm clearing out more fabric so we can get that put out. But we've just got so many fun fabrics coming in. So
Did you guys talk about any?
oh yeah,
Or no?
Emerald had some questions on
Oh yeah.
Quilt As You Go. So talk about how you would do your quilt as you go. Talk about that strip quilt, how you could do that. Which would be so great.
So you would put your backing right side down, and then you'd put your interface or your batting,
Mhm.
and then you would start in the center, and you would take this center strip, and you would sew a 1/4 inch in from the sides, and then you would take this strip and you would lay it right sides together, sew a 1/4 inch here, and then flip it, and then you would add. And as you went along, you could add some more.
Yeah, you could add more quilting
if
lines,
you wanted.
but they would be quilted
Mhm.
at every, So yeah, where it's this big of space, you'd probably want to add some
Yes.
more,
Yeah, and you could add some hand quilting later too.
Yeah, you could.
to get it finished, and then just kind of
So
keep working at
at
it.
that point, it's quilted through your front and your back, and then you would just, I assume, square up your edges
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
bind it.
So
And
you'd start in the center and move this way,
Yeah.
and then start back that way and go the other direction with
Yeah.
each new one, at putting it right sides together and then flipping
Flipping
it.
it. Yep. Awesome. So that would be a great way to save on some quilting. And
Mhm.
also, if you were in a hurry for a baby quilt, you're like, oh, surprise, there's a shower I forgot about. You could get it done and have it,
It
done
would look
quickly.
pretty, yes,
Yeah,
and then
it
you
would
could
be
add
pretty,
more
but-
later or not.
Yeah, exactly. One of my best-selling patterns, well, actually, outside of pine needles, it's my best-selling pattern, is the Improv Bag. Now, this one is a simplified version of it because I just used 2 fabrics. But I've also done where it's kind of a log cabin appearance. And this is a Quilt As You Go, so once it's done, you put your lining in and it's ready to go. And this one uses Soft and Stable, or that there's another brand of that foam stabilizer you can use.
Is there a seam in the handle part, or it's like all one piece?
There is a seam here at the top of the handle,
Oh.
but you're doing your two different pieces, and then you put a lining in it and bind it.
Oh, okay.
So you really don't see the seam.
Yeah, no.
Mainly you don't see it because of all the straight line quilting.
Mhm.
So, and that I just did on a machine, and I was going to show you just kind of a quick demo of how you talk a little bit about how I do that process. And then we are going to do a little video on the Quilt As You Go pincushion to show you how that goes together. And at that point, this will make a little more sense as well. So I just start out with scraps, just any width, any length, you know. And what I do is, and I will use my little roller press there. So I start usually on my pattern. It tells you get your template and you trace the design onto your Soft and Stable. Okay, that tells me that I've got to make sure as I'm adding my fabrics that I'm going outside that line. Once I've built my fabrics out and I've covered up those lines, I'm done and I'm ready to cut out now. So I just start in the center, and like I would start with like one little square, and I'll take another strip, right sides together, and I'll just sew a 1/4 inch seam and then flip it over, and then I just kind of press it. Okay, now I can take and do straight line quilting through it, or not even, doesn't even have to be straight line. I will use sometimes some of the decorative stitches on a machine.
Just like those two there?
Yeah, I'll just start and I'll quilt that. Okay, now I'm ready to build on that. So here I'm building kind of a flag, which is going the opposite direction because I'm facing wrong. But so then I would take my next piece and I cut it just so it's, I don't even worry about it being exact, but so it's about this length. Okay, so I've got another scrap of fabric, and I would place them right sides together. So my 1/4 inch seam, and then I flip it down, press, okay, and then I would straight line quilt again. Okay, so now this is all quilted. Now I'm ready to build on that, and I kind of do it like I'm doing a log cabin. However, I don't always go around because I don't have as much space to fill down here as I do off to the sides. So I'll just take another piece, lay it there, say, okay, I need it to be about that long, and I'll cut my next little strip of fabric. And so let's pretend that I had cut that. And now I'm ready to sew and flip. Now this time I would take and I would quilt this direction. Okay, I'm not going to go here because I don't want to have those where my seams start and stop. So this time I would straight line and I would quilt this direction. When you're doing that, when you're doing your quilting, and it tells you this in my pattern, you want to be alternating. So I will start here and go this direction, turn, and come back here, turn.
Oh.
If I always start at this end and come back here and start and go to there, your fabrics will tend to start to shift. Okay, where if you're going every other, you're kind of going in a snake pattern, it keeps them from moving too far down the one end.
Okay.
So then and then all you're doing is just saying, okay, maybe here I'm gonna take this, cut it to about the right length, sew and flip, and I'll build another one here, maybe another one over here, and then finish off. I like to alternate the widths of my fabric, so maybe I want to do just a tiny strip here, and then I can put another, and the next strip that I do doesn't have to be, I'm not worrying about it going the full length, because this is going to be cut out. I'm going to be cutting out that shape. So then I'm going to sew and flip. So each time I sew and flip, I'm going the direction of that seam for my quilting. Okay, whether it's up and down or across, I'm just going all the way. And then I'll have my piece filled in then I'll take my pattern again that I used to trace, and I'll lay it on top and cut out my design, and then it's all quilted and ready to go.
Do you use your walking foot for every stage or just the
I
quilting
like the
stage?
walking foot,
Mhm.
but so my machine doesn't have a built-in walking foot,
Mhm.
and my walking foot is so wide and bulky.
Mhm.
If I'm doing a small project, I don't. But if I'm doing one of my bags, I do. I use the walking foot.
Mhm.
It just helps to keep it easy, even. But, you know, vary the width of your strips. Use little tiny ones. Use big ones because it just
Mhm.
gives it more interest. If you have some fat and some skinny, and so.
So it sounds like Quilt As You Go is like really benefit where you don't have to like cut your fabric exact. You can like
This
kind of
this
have a-
particular pattern, yeah, because it's just improv. It's called the Improv Bag.
Oh,
You're just
okay.
kind of improvising. You're just
Mhm.
using up what you've got. You're, just scrappy look.
Mhm.
Have you done any actual Quilt As You Go quilts?
I haven't done any full. I've seen the minky ones that
Mhm,
have
yeah.
just strips of various widths, like this has
Yeah.
various widths, and they have Quilt As You Go with those too, so that
Yeah.
and then they don't have to
But
do as
it-
much quilting or
Yeah.
Yeah.
pay for quilting service.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Improv Bag, I think it's popular because it's just a fun project to dive into that concept, and it's
Mhm.
because it improv, you can use up your scraps, you can make it as detailed. So I have done some that are with my fabric collection that used a whole lot of different prints and had a kind of a log cabin appearance for the whole bag. And then this one, all I did was I just wanted it simple. So I just used 2 fabrics, and all I did was lay this one on the bottom of my piece. Then I
Just
laid
quilted.
this one over and flipped it up and then just quilted. As so it was just super simple and quick, but I wanted to focus on that bigger fabric. That print of the bears on bicycles. I mean, how can you not?
Oh, I know.
So
That was the best fabric.
and then this you have to use a bias binding because it is curved, but then I just bind like I would bind a quilt. So kind of fun. And the pattern for this one has 2 different sizes. There's the little one and then the bigger one. So
Okay. And the little one is like that size?
no, it's
a
just a
different-
little bit smaller than this. It would be more like for a child, for like a little scripture bag or for a little tote that they could take their little toys in, or it's just a little bit smaller than that. Where that one's big enough that I can take like some sewing projects or
Yeah.
throw a book in there. So
That's fun.
so that's kind of the Quilt As You Go that I've done. I know there's a lot of quilts
Other-
out there,
Yeah.
pieced quilts that they do, but I don't have a lot of experience with that. So.
It just, because I was researching this topic and it looks, it can be complicated
Yeah.
if you really like want to have a pretty pattern of your quilt
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
when you're sewing at the same
Ooh,
time.
table runners, though. I have done
Table runners,
actually, now
yeah,
that I think
that's
about
true.
it. Some Quilt As You Go table runners
Uh-huh.
because there's many that just use various widths of strips.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, especially with some of the
do.
great focus
Uh-huh.
fabrics.
Yeah.
You want to see those, so that's kind of a fun
Right.
idea.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do with us the little pincushion, I'm just going to tell you some of the things you'll need. Just your scraps of fabric, a piece of either batting, or if you have a scrap of soft and stable, you can use that. Just your sewing machine and your imagination. A small, I like to keep by me when I'm doing something like that, just one of the little small
Mhm.
cutting mats. And then I like my little seam press because I don't have to move over to the machine or the iron. But any just little scraps of fabric could be done. And you could do the house, you can do a little flag. There's lots of options to do. A flower, yeah.
And
So,
your cool pins, tell us about
oh yeah,
the
these
cool
are those
pins.
cool pins. And you know what? I'm
I
really
haven't
liking
purchased
these.
any yet,
Have you?
so I need
Well,
to know what your experience has been like. with
I
them.
really like them. I like how big this is for me to
And
pick
then you
up.
pick up because it's
Yeah.
So
sometimes
they
it's
handle
hard.
well. As
They
well
handle
as
well,
resist
yeah.
the heat from the iron.
I don't know that I love them because they resist the heat from the iron, because I have not had an issue
I don't
with
really
that.
iron on top of my pin. Yeah.
Yeah, but You know, for my
But it's
mom, we bought them for my mom for Christmas. My sister did, and they're just nice because they're easier for her to handle.
Mhm.
They're easier to pick up than
To
some
pick
of those
up.
other ones are hard
Yeah.
sometimes.
So even
when
if you
you're
had
trying to-
nails that were real long and acrylic, it would
They're
be
easier to pick
convenient.
up. So I like the cool pins. So, yeah, I've been really liking them, and they are a fine pin. It's not like they're a chunky pin because
You
they've
can
got this
piece
big
with
head.
them
Oh,
then. Okay.
they're fine. They come in different lengths, so they are good for piecing. Yeah, I've really liked them. So I recommend the cool pins. But anyway, so this one I didn't do a lot of the quilting as I was going because it was such a small project. But it is quilted every seam. There's quilting at every seam
Yes.
through the batting, so it's not like it's going to shift. But we'll have that video on and show you that. And Emerald, you had a project.
Yes, I did. Just because I need like something like this for my tools.
Mm-hmm.
So I use one of the fabric collection we have. I forgot the name. But then like
Timber. Was it timber?
Yeah, timber. And then what I did is I just go the straight line
Mhm.
because I realized my what do you call this?
The batting
Or the bedding or the fusible is not like holding it enough for
right.
me.
Yeah.
I think that's mostly what we feel about small project when you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps those to look nice because they shift if
Yeah.
If you didn't have it quilted through, it wouldn't be as
It probably doesn't hold.
it doesn't hold
so
as
much.
well.
Yeah. So yeah.
Emerald's
that's
always
what-
got little fun projects for her
You
tools.
do- Do you do quilts too?
No.
She
Oh, what
hasn't
do you
pieced a quilt
I mean,
yet.
I haven't.
We've told her
I
she's got
haven't.
to, We said,
I
if Cathie can do
Yeah.
this.
We'll convert her to quilts
Yep,
soon.
we're gonna get her going.
we
soon.
will, yeah. We will.
So,
We will.
any other questions, Emerald?
No.
Okay, we hope you all join us for our Christmas in July. It begins on July 11th and
then
goes for that entire week.
Okay.
So from Monday through Saturday. So you don't have to like worry about crowds or anything. It's just we'll have new projects up. We'll have sales in the
Discounts,
store and
Same hours?
Same hours.
Same hours.
Yeah, our same hours. So it's just a way to kick off our Christmas sewing because we all know
And we have millions of
cannot
lots of
wait till the
Christmas
fabric. Yeah, and we have lots of Christmas fabric. So
yeah. And if you're wondering, it's 20% off every Christmas.
all
thing, right?
Christmas kits, patterns, fabrics for Christmas in July be 20% off in stock. Selection. So okay. Thank you.
Thank you.